Hello and welcome to this video. I'm Scott and my mission here is to document the process of growing an avocado tree from seed to the point of bearing fruit. Hence the name of the channel, Scott Grows an Avocado Tree. But today I'm doing something a little different, which you probably have gauged by now from the title. An alternate name for this video might be Scott buys an avocado tree online and plants it. But why am I choosing to buy avocado trees online? Let me open with a story. In addition to being a plant YouTuber and Instagrammer, I am a primary school teacher. In my grade 4 classroom, I have a number of plants on one of the window ledges, including a young avocado tree. We started the avocado tree in class from seed, and they are fabulous teaching stimuli. They are great ongoing science installations for the classroom, and they've even inspired a large number of writing pieces. The other day, one of my students asked me, "When is it going to grow avocados?" To which I replied, "Oh, in another 7 to 10 years or so, and when it does, there's no telling if the fruit's going to be very good." To which my student was surprised. And it's true, avocado trees take years to mature to the point of being able to bear fruit, but there is a way to reduce this time, and to guarantee good fruit. Avocados aren't true to seed, which means that if you take the seed from an avocado that came from a tree and plant it, it grows, it eventually bears fruit. The fruit may be very different to the fruit that the seed came from, but there are only a handful of popular avocado varieties. All Hass avocados look similar to other Hass avocados, which look different to shepherd or bacon avocados. And so how do we get other trees to produce specific varieties of avocados? The answer is grafting. I can take a mature scion or stick from an avocado tree and attach it to a part of another tree, and it'll bear fruit genetically identical to the tree that it was taken from. Most commonly, when growing fruit commercially, avocado trees are grown from seed and then are cut low on the trunk where a scion from another tree can be attached. The rootstock, which is what we call the part of the tree attached to the ground, will actually heal and support the newly grafted branch. They become the same tree, but genetically they are different. The grafted part will bear fruit of the tree it came from. Moreover, if you take a mature scion, one that is already ready to bear fruit, and attach it to rootstock, it will reduce the number of years required for the tree to be ready to produce avocados. I am very keen to not have to wait decades for my tree to be ready to produce fruit, so I've decided I'm going to buy some grafted avocado trees. In this video, I'll be thinking about exactly what I want, ordering and planting my avocado trees. Let's get to it. So, what exactly do I want? There are two main things that I want at the moment. The first is that I would like to have a source of grafting material, to have trees that I can take scions from to attach to rootstock. The second is that I'd actually like to get avocados sooner than in 7 to 10 years' time. But it's not as simple as getting a single avocado tree. Avocados are far more likely to produce a good amount of fruit if there are multiple trees of complementary varieties. To oversimplify it, fruit starts its life as a flower. That flower needs to be pollinated for the fruit to form. Some plants can self-pollinate, but many have a quirk where parts of the flower where pollen is produced and the place where it needs to travel to be pollinated are accessible at different times during the day. This is to enhance genetic diversity so that they are less susceptible to genetic diseases. Avocado trees do this. So to be able to maximize potential fruit growth of avocado trees, you should have an A type and a B type. I'm hoping to make a video in the future which delves into this more deeply, but for the purpose of today, A and B type trees have the different parts of the flower required for pollination accessible at different times. So it's best to plant these together so they can complement each other and can cross-pollinate. So I'm looking to purchase 2 grafted avocado trees to guarantee the type of fruit I will get. I also want a type A and a type B to maximize potential fruit. It is time to order some avocado trees. So, I have come to the Diggers Club website where I am a member. This is a program where you pay for a yearly membership and you get a bunch of extra stuff and some discounted prices. And so I've come to the avocado page here and I'm having a look and let's see, I would like a type A and a type B. I found that I could buy a Huss avocado and a shepherd avocado. We've got both types in there, which will mean that we can get more fruit. That's the theory anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to cart. 2 trees for $70. Quite reasonable, I think. So I'm going to add that to cart. And I'm then going to go to my cart and I'm going to check out. Great. Yes, I'm going to continue to check out. I've put in my shipping details up there now, and I am ready to put in my payment details. And I can just pay by PayPal. Great. So I'll just double check that my shipping address is correct. Fantastic. Deliveries by Australia Post can take up to 10 days. Okay, that's fine. Pay by PayPal. And there we have it, the order has been placed, and now we wait. My wife and I are currently renting, so I can't put my trees in the ground. I'm going to need some containers for this. Avocados don't like sitting in water and need well-draining soil, so I've chosen to buy some large terracotta pots. Terracotta is a porous material, meaning it has tiny holes everywhere where water can seep through. This makes it a good choice for avocado trees. I'm also getting some sources to put underneath the pots. I don't want the avocado trees putting roots into the ground while it's still in a pot. I'm also going to need some soil. I've just opted for this cheap potting mix, which I will modify later. It has arrived. Because my delivery had tracking on it, it was no surprise to find this package on my doorstep when I returned home from work. It took less than a week between ordering the trees and their arrival. Let's get these out of the box. I'm just using a knife to cut the box open, very carefully though. I took the top off to catch a sneaky peek at my beauties, then opened up the side so it was right open. Then I cut the tape which was attaching the pots to the bottom of the box for transportation, freeing the trees. Once they were free, I was able to take the rest of the tape off, which was keeping the soil in the pots during transportation. The scars on the trees are very interesting to me. Scars are just where something has been cut, but the tree has healed to continue to grow. I've seen this kind of scar on my other trees, where I have pruned them to encourage thicker trunks and more growth, but this one here is different. This is a scar from where the tree was grafted. The part below is the rootstock. It'll have a seed down there, and at some point it was joined to this scion above the scar. Super interesting. It's planting time. There are a number of things that I'll need. I'll need the terracotta pots and saucers that I bought, as well as the potting mix. I'm also getting a little sand and organic fertilizer, which will be mixed into my potting mix. I use a bin and a spade as a kind of giant mixing bowl and spoon for mixing the potting mix. And of course, I'll need my avocado trees. I'm also using a few stones and sea salt, which is just a seaweed solution. It's been a hot day and the trees are looking a little droopy. Let's get them into their new pots and get them watered. I need to create my potting mix. I'm just getting my 25-litre bag of my cheap mix, then adding about a litre of sand and half a litre of organic fertiliser. The reason why I add the sand is to add extra drainage, so that water doesn't sit around the roots for too long. I then mix the ingredients together to make my improved potting mix. Next, I'm adding a layer of stones to the bottom of the pots to assist in drainage and to avoid soil spilling out from the hole at the bottom. Now it's time to fill the pots with soil. Then, using my hand, I'm making a hole about the shape of the pots the trees came in. Now it's time to put them in. I give the sides of the pots a really good squeeze to loosen the roots. I want to do this without pulling on the trunk of the tree. If I've loosened it enough, I should be able to tip the tree upside down, have the root ball fall into my hand as I lift away the pot. The plant is a little root bound after spending its life in the small pot, so I'm going to give the roots a gentle tickle. I just run my fingers gently up the side of the root mass to gently loosen them. This will encourage them to spread out in the soil of their new pots. Then I put it into its hole and pat the soil down around it. Now I need to repeat the process for the next tree. This one's a little more stubborn, took a lot more squeezing of the pot to get it out. But look at the size of the avocado seed in there. I always give my plants a really good drink as soon as I planted them to help settle the soil and get everything nice and wet. Now over the next few hours I watch the trees regain their turgidity. Now I just need to find space in my garden that receives a few hours of sun per day and is in a reasonably sheltered spot. Avocado trees don't like high winds, and young trees, especially those with green wood, are susceptible to sunburn if they receive too much sun. I'm going to check back in on them in a week to see how they're doing. It's been about a week now. They're looking a little droopy, but the soil is wet. This tells me that I've been a little over-enthusiastic with my watering, and that it is certainly time that I back right off with it. We've had some hot and windy weather this week, and they're both looking a little weary because of it. But there is still plenty of new growth on both of them, so I'm not too concerned. It's time for me to reduce their watering back to only when the soil is dry. If it's dry, I'll probably water them once a week or two. And if it rains, I'll probably just let the rain do its thing. But there we have it, 2 trees planted and growing. And there we have it. What's next? Well, I'm going to reduce my watering, as I've already said, and then we wait. I'm probably not going to be getting any scions or sticks off these ones yet to be grafting in the next year or two. I'm going to really let them grow first, and I'm really not sure how long it's going to take to get fruit. We'll have to wait and see, and I will keep you updated as we do. Before I ended this video, I wanted to say a quick hello to all of my new subscribers who have watched Pam's Pretty Plants video and have come over and decided to join us. So thank you very much. Thank you as well, Pam, for shouting me out and giving me such a glowing review. If you haven't seen that video, which I know over half of you have, please go and check that out. I have put the link in the description below. If you are interested in any smaller plant YouTubers like myself, it'll be a great video for you to get a bit of direction there. That is all for now. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it and you found it somewhat helpful. If you liked it, be sure to give it a like, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to Scott Grows an Avocado Tree for more avocado and other plant content. If you'd like more regular avocado content, please follow me on Instagram at Scott Grows an Avocado Tree. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in my next video.